Hi, how's everyone doing today? I thought I would do a little video just to kind of showcase some of the things getting into the tool sets with the containerized version of the tools that were set up by Harold Predel and his colleagues. I think they're really wonderful, and I'm going to try to do a little video here for that. So to help this process, I'm going off a repository that I made, and I'll talk about it a little bit. It's at my website, on my GitHub repository, and inside the instructions dash setup, there's two different tutorials I did. One for the tool sets, which I'm going to cover over today, and the other is for Magic Tutorial, and I won't go over that one, but you can go through that. And a lot of the Magic Tutorial is covering the things that are in this repository here, and I'll talk about that in a second. So let's get started. Let's have fun. So the first thing you want to do is download Docker. And so Docker can be downloaded at the docker.com website, and I'm not sharing my screen, which is terrible. Okay, so here's the repository. Here's my main repository, Stein JE, and here's the GF 180 MCU open source VLSI tutorial. If you click the instructions dash setup, that's going to have the items in there, and there's the Magic Tutorial and the OCD dash install. So we're going off the OCD install here, and in the beginning here is all the stuff if you want to install it locally, and there's nothing wrong with doing that locally. It's just a little cumbersome. It's a little time inclusive. So I would not do that unless you want to get some experience and have some time. What you want to do is jump to Appendix A in here. And so I'm going to jump there. And so here's the containerized version. And this also works for Linux too, even though I didn't put that there. So let's run Docker, and Docker is the great container that you can use to do this. And you can download that at docker.com. There should usually be a button somewhere where you can download the download Docker desktop. So I have that running on my Mac here. Works on Windows. I've done it on Windows too. And so here's the version here. I'm just going to delete that so we can start from new. So here's the Docker desktop. And to get started, you want to kind of go over to the terminal here. And once you get to the terminal here, you're going to go back to the document that I made, and you want to look, where is it? Right here, where I'm going to clone that. Now I'm going to kind of remove what I just did. So let's see. You want to git clone that, and I don't know if I can copy it. Yeah, it works great. So I can copy that. And once you do that, you want to go into the the clone version that you just did, and you'll have this directory that's right here. Now, sometimes you have to check out the IEEE Chipathon. Sometimes you don't, but I'm just doing that so you can see git checkout IEEE checkathon, and then you're going to do the start DNC dash sh. Now, the first time you do that, it's going to take a while to run, and it'll probably take. It depends on your internet connection and a whole bunch of other things. But once you get it done, you can see it up here. It's actually running, and you can actually open the desktop by clicking the link here. So you get this really nice background. You can hit Open Terminal, and you're already set to kind of work with the tools. Everything is installed for you. So if you go back to the document that I made, you want to go down to here using that tutorial. So I'm going to go to /FOS designs here, and I'm going to clone that. And I don't think this works, but I'm going to try it. Nah, well, maybe it does if I paste it. Nope. So sometimes the pasting doesn't work when you're in that actual machine that's there. So you have to kind of type it out by hand. I'm sure there's a way of doing it. I just haven't done it yet. Ooh. So once that's done there, you can go into that element. Now to use the tools, because they're already installed on this container, you just have to do the extra commands that are here. So export PDK root equals FOSS or FOSS, FOSSI, however you say it, PDKS, and then export PDK is GF180 MCUD, and that's what we're using for the Chipathon. And so now I'm in here, I can go into the Magic Directory. Now, if you look at the command that's in the tutorial, you'll actually see the -rc file in this tech file. I set it up for you in this .magicrc, so you don't really have to do that. You can actually see there right here. And so if you type magic, you'll get magic to pop up. And there's going to be two screens that are here. And some people have done magic, some people haven't. I've done magic for thousands of years, it seems. And so really important thing is you get these two windows. This is the graphical user interface. And then this is the kind of text-based element. And if you look at the top of the text space, it should tell you that it's loading GFMCUD. If you don't do that, you might get a problem. But I always try to keep that window underneath the graphical window so I don't have any problems in what I see. Because let's just take an example. I'm going to move this like right here. And then I'm going to click here. And you can see I'm just typing some keys. Well, actually, you can't see it, but I'm typing some keys on the keyboard. And you don't know what I typed. They're actually in the text here. You can see them. So I always try to keep it right underneath the actual GUI window. That way I can see what I type. And let's see. Oop. I always forget the name of the file. Yes. Ah, sorry. All right, so kind of being a little fussy here. So I can just do file open and I'll click here. So you can see now this is the layout. And I've automatically loaded the macros, and the macros are just like in Cadence they're called bind keys, and they're just easy so that I can click something and it'll allow me to do like a command. Like I can hit Y, that'll do the DRC, and you can see there's no errors. But this kind of gets you started. All the tools are there. And then you could try anything that's in the tutorial that I have listed. So I hope this gets you started a little bit. And I'll do some more videos along the way. This container is really great because it avoids the messiness of having to install, and you could just like dive in and start working on something. But you can see this is like really easy to kind of get around and do stuff with. All the layers are over here. Here's my layout. You can see some information down here. So I'll stop for the day and I'll do some more videos. Again, just keep tuned. Thanks so much. Have a great day.